Friends, I am very happy to be here this evening and lay the foundation stone of the National Institute of Education. It is the beginning of a large expansion which we are thinking. The problems facing our generation are different from those which confronted earlier generations, and we have to rethink the fundamentals of our educational structure if we are to cope with the problems which are now facing us. When independence was attained, it was our desire that our men and women should be able to lead happy, healthy, and useful lives. The three obstacles which stand in the way of that kind of national development are ignorance, disease, and poverty. Of these, the major obstacle is ignorance. If we are able to remove ignorance from men's minds, their poverty also will diminish, their disease also will be eliminated. That is very essential. We have been trying to achieve through our 5 year plans a kind of economic development which will lead to the spread of education, the removal of illiteracy, the lowering of the incidence of disease, and the elimination as much as possible of poverty. But we find that in this attempt we are depending a little too much on foreign aid, foreign equipment, even foreign food grains, and foreign personnel. This kind of dependence cannot be regarded as very healthy for a sound and safe economic structure. There is nothing wrong in accepting foreign aid. The world is an interdependent one, and advanced societies owe a responsibility to the less advanced ones for making them grow up because of widespread illiteracy, poverty, etc. They happen to be the obstacles to national stability. Social upheavals are caused by increase in economic distress, so it is our duty to try to remove it, and it is the duty of every nation now in this interdependent world to help another. All the same, we should try to reduce this kind of excessive dependence on other nations. We must become self sufficient. We have vast manpower and immense natural resources. What is it then that prevents us from climbing to the heights of glory, comfort, and prosperity which other nations have achieved by dint of hard work and education? We have men and women energetic and eager to do their best, and we have vast natural resources also. In spite of all these things, what is it that prevents us from achieving something great and glorious here? I say that it is the lack of a proper education in quality as well as in quantity. When we look at the country and the vast problems which it is facing, it is the educated men who have competence and skill, who have a sense of direction, who have a social purpose. It is such people who will be able to transform our societies. If we are to achieve that, we have to tackle our educational problems more seriously than we have done hitherto. This must be regarded as of the highest priority in any kind of social and economic reconstruction in our country. The establishment of this institute and the starting of research in several problems of education are an indication of a slow awakening in our minds of the vital role which education has to play. Let me assure you that university education must be of the highest quality. Again and again, we hear of clashes here and there, of railway accidents, of power crisis, etc. It is not machines that are at fault. If imperfectly educated men are put in charge of such things, inevitably there is inefficiency and wastage of results. Here, we should not compromise. We should lay the greatest stress on the quality of education which we impart. All other considerations should be subordinated to the giving of the highest jobs to the best trained minds. If you compromise there, the result will be disastrous, as we are noticing day by day. It is essential that even in the university courses, you must give a chance to the best brains of the country in all walks of our life. Such brains are necessary, so do not tamper with quality, do not lower the standards of education. These are very essential if we are to make any kind of progress. The more important thing referred to was social education, the function of the teacher of vital importance. He must be a committed man, committed to faith in the future of man, in the future of humanity, in the future of this country and the world. He must work with this implicit confidence in the power which it has and by which it can cleanse and purify itself. Unless he has faith in that, he will never be able to advance higher. It is my hope and my earnest desire that this institute will grow and spread its message throughout the country until we feel that we are the nationals of the country and that we have a national system of education. Dear sir, I am in receipt of your letter dated 10th of last month enquiring the details regarding our scheme of own your home. I thank you very much for the same. I am sorry that I could not write to you early since I was out of station for some time during last month. I am very happy to furnish all the details about this scheme as desired by you. The scheme of own your home, which we have introduced from this year, is very simple. The scheme is mainly intended to help the middle and low income group of state and central government officials. I am also to inform you that the officials whose basic pay is rupees 1000 and more are eligible for a loan of rupees 50,000 in the middle income group. Under the low income group, officials who are drawing a basic pay of rupees 500 and more are eligible for a loan of rupees 30,000. The loan amount has to be repaid along with 6% interest within a period of 15 years. Further, I wish to inform you that only officials who are recruited on permanent basis are eligible for grant of loan under the above scheme. The persons who apply for loan under this scheme should own a site in their name. They have to take an insurance policy at least for 25% of the loan amount in addition to other requirement. The scheme is intended to finance only 50% during this financial year. We follow the principle of first come, first serve. Therefore, if you fulfill all the conditions as stated above, kindly fill in the application form and other forms enclosed to this letter and send the same to my personal address. Please go through the instructions carefully before you fill in the application. All the columns should be filled with correct details. The application should be sent through your employer and the cover may please be superscribed as application for own your home. If you are interested, please send your application immediately to avoid disappointment at a later stage. Yours faithfully.